Lee Marvin. Lee Marvin, famed for The Dirty Dozen and Cat Ballou, lived a life as rugged as his on-screen persona. Before Hollywood, he was a U.S. Marine in World War II, fighting in the Pacific and earning a Purple Heart after being wounded in battle. Despite his Oscar-winning career, Marvin chose to be buried in Arlington National Cemetery, resting among fellow veterans rather than in Hollywood's star-studded cemeteries. His headstone remains unembellished, listing only his name, rank, and service dates. No mention of his cinematic achievements. Fans and fellow veterans visit, leaving coins and notes to honor both the soldier and the actor. Marvin's legacy is not just in his films, but in his devotion to duty, proving that behind the Hollywood tough guy was a real-life hero who put service before stardom. Fred Gwynne. Fred Gwynne, best known as Herman Munster, chose a modest farewell despite his towering fame. He rests in an unmarked grave at Sandy Mount United Methodist Church in Maryland, reflecting his lifelong desire for privacy. Beyond acting, he was a talented illustrator and children's book author, embracing a quiet life on his Maryland farm. His daughter once described him as a complex man who valued family and creativity over celebrity status. Fans searching for his grave find no grand monument, just a peaceful landscape, mirroring his retreat from Hollywood. In the end, Gwynne's true legacy lies not in fame, but in the art and love he left behind. Marilyn Monroe. Hollywood's ultimate icon, Marilyn Monroe, rests in a crypt at Westwood Village Memorial Park Cemetery, chosen by her ex-husband, Joe DiMaggio, for privacy and peace. Yet over time, her resting place became a shrine, covered in lipstick kisses and fresh flowers from devoted fans. Adding to the mystique, Hugh Hefner purchased the crypt beside her, securing a place next to the woman who graced Playboy's first cover. Was it a tribute or an eerie gesture? Regardless, Monroe's legacy endures, her star never fading, as admirers continue to honor the legend she remains. Groucho Marx. Legendary comedian Groucho Marx, known for his quick wit and signature mustache, rests in Eden Memorial Park, a modest cemetery away from Hollywood's grandeur. Despite his famous quip, "I'll be happy to raise you from the dead for a 10% finder's fee," his actual grave bears no inscription, just a simple niche. Unlike elaborate celebrity tombs, his resting place is humble, yet fans still visit, leaving coins and notes in tribute. Marx's humor remains timeless, his legacy cemented in classic films and razor-sharp one-liners. Even in death, he proves that laughter never truly fades, and neither does the comedian who mastered it. Charles Bronson. Charles Bronson, the rugged star of Death Wish and The Magnificent Seven, rests in a small, unassuming Vermont cemetery, far from Hollywood's glamour. Born into poverty, he worked in coal mines before serving in World War II, where he earned a Purple Heart. Despite his fame as a tough action star, Bronson valued privacy and a simple life. His grave, marked by a modest stone, sits peacefully in a quiet field, reflecting his humble nature. Fans may expect a grand tribute, but his resting place speaks to the man he truly was: private, reserved, and deeply connected to the land he loved. Martha Raye. Martha Raye, the legendary comedian and entertainer, was more than just a Hollywood star. She was a beloved figure among U.S. troops. Known for her lively personality and dedication to the military, she performed in combat zones across World War II, Korea, and Vietnam, earning the respect of countless soldiers. In recognition of her service, she was buried at Fort Bragg Cemetery, home to U.S. Army Special Forces, making her the only civilian woman granted this honor. Her grave, located near the Special Forces Chapel, reflects her deep bond with the military. Raye received full military honors at her funeral, a tribute to her unwavering support for those in uniform. Even today, visitors leave coins, notes, and tokens of appreciation, honoring the woman who once said she'd rather be remembered for making soldiers laugh than for being a movie star. Mel Blanc. Mel Blanc, the legendary voice behind Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, and countless other beloved cartoon characters, left the world with one final joke. His tombstone at Hollywood Forever Cemetery reads, "That's all, folks." The iconic sign-off, famously spoken by Porky Pig, perfectly encapsulates Blanc's lifelong gift of bringing joy through animation. As the man of 1,000 voices, he lent his talent to over 400 characters, shaping the golden age of cartoons. Even in death, his humor and legacy endure, drawing fans who leave notes, coins, and candy at his grave. Hollywood Forever Cemetery is home to many entertainment legends, but Blanc's resting place stands out as a tribute to the laughter he brought to generations. His voice may have gone silent, but his work continues to echo, reminding the world that great characters and great talent never truly fade. Bela Lugosi. Bela Lugosi, the legendary actor who immortalized Dracula on screen, was laid to rest in a fittingly eerie fashion, dressed in his iconic Dracula cape. Even in death, he remained connected to the role that defined his career. His grave at Hollywood Forever Cemetery continues to attract horror fans who leave plastic fangs, garlic, and handwritten notes, paying tribute to the man who brought the vampire legend to life. Though Lugosi sometimes resented being typecast, his final wish reflected his deep connection to the role. During his funeral, friends even recited lines from Dracula, making the moment feel like a scene from one of his classic films. His tombstone, simple yet dignified, cements his status as the eternal prince of horror. Decades later, Lugosi's chilling presence lingers, proving that some legends, like Dracula, never truly die. Frank Sinatra. Frank Sinatra, the legendary crooner known as Old Blue Eyes, was laid to rest at Desert Memorial Park in Palm Springs, far from Hollywood's grandeur. True to his larger-than-life persona, his headstone bears the words, "The best is yet to come," a nod to one of his classic songs. Fans visiting his grave often leave bottles of Jack Daniels, cigarettes, and dimes, symbols of his love for whiskey, smoking, and staying connected, even in the afterlife. Unlike the glitzy memorials of other stars, Sinatra's final resting place reflects his no-nonsense approach to life. Palm Springs, a place he cherished, offered him the privacy he valued. His choice of burial, like his music, was personal and unforgettable. Even in death, Sinatra proves that he lived and left on his own terms. Just as he famously sang, "I did it my way." Gene Roddenberry. Gene Roddenberry, the visionary creator of Star Trek, took his final journey where no one had gone before, into space. In 1992, he became the first person to have his ashes sent into orbit, aboard the Space Shuttle Columbia, a fitting tribute to his lifelong dream of interstellar exploration. Later, another portion of his remains was launched into deep space, ensuring that a part of him would forever drift among the stars. Roddenberry's legacy extends beyond television. His belief in humanity's potential inspired generations of scientists, astronauts, and dreamers. His burial was more than symbolic. It was a testament to his vision that the future lies beyond Earth. With no traditional grave to visit, fans now look to the night sky, knowing that somewhere out there, the man who boldly imagined the final frontier is now part of it. Jim Morrison. Jim Morrison, the electrifying frontman of The Doors, rests in Paris's Père Lachaise Cemetery, among legendary poets and artists. His grave is one of the most visited in Paris, drawing fans who leave flowers, whiskey bottles, and handwritten notes. The site has become a pilgrimage destination, often attracting musicians and even wild gatherings. Over the years, vandalism and graffiti forced security measures to protect the grave. Despite the restrictions, Morrison's resting place remains a powerful symbol of his rebellious spirit. His lyrics, lifestyle, and mysterious death at 27 continue to fuel his legend, making his grave a hauntingly poetic tribute. Prince music legend Prince was cremated, but his final resting place remains unknown. His family, honoring his deep desire for privacy, never disclosed where his ashes were placed. Some speculate they are kept inside his Paisley Park estate, now a museum, while others believe he chose a secret location. This secrecy adds to his mystique, fitting for an artist who always defied expectations. Unlike grand celebrity graves, Prince's absence from a public burial site leaves only his music as his eternal monument. In life and death, he remained an enigma, always one step ahead, forever shrouded in mystery. Tupac Shakur. Tupac Shakur, one of hip-hop's most influential voices, had an unconventional burial that mirrored his fearless spirit. After his tragic 1996 murder, his ashes were partially scattered in the ocean, but the most legendary tribute came from his group, Outlaws. Honoring his lyrics, they mixed his ashes with marijuana and smoked them, turning his farewell into an act of defiance. Tupac's burial, like his music, challenged norms and celebrated rebellion. Though he left the world too soon, his legacy remains alive, proving that even in death, Tupac refuses to be silenced. Hunter S. Thompson. Hunter S. Thompson, the iconic gonzo journalist, had a send-off as outrageous as his life. In 2005, his ashes were shot from a 153-foot cannon, shaped like his famous gonzo fist, in a ceremony funded by Johnny Depp. The event, held on his Colorado property, featured fireworks, peyote buttons, and a guest list of Hollywood elites. It was less of a funeral and more of a spectacle. Chaotic, bold, and undeniably Thompson. His final act wasn't just a farewell, it was a statement, proving that even in death, he remained the fearless, rule-breaking writer who lived at full throttle. Carrie Fisher. Carrie Fisher, beloved as Princess Leia in Star Wars, had a final resting place as unique as she was. After her 2016 passing, her ashes were placed in a giant Prozac pill-shaped urn, a nod to her humor and candid discussions about mental health. She now rests beside her mother, Debbie Reynolds, at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Hollywood, making their burial both sentimental and symbolic. Fisher's choice of urn reflects her advocacy for mental health awareness, turning a deeply personal struggle into an iconic statement. Fans continue to visit, leaving tributes that celebrate her wit, resilience, and legendary role. Luke Perry, Beverly Hills, 90210, and Riverdale star. Luke Perry chose an eco-friendly burial wearing a biodegradable mushroom suit designed to help the body decompose naturally. A passionate advocate for the environment, Perry's decision reflected his deep love for nature. His family honored his wish, likely burying him on his farm in Tennessee, far from Hollywood's spotlight. His unconventional farewell sparked conversations about green burials, inspiring others to consider sustainable afterlife choices. Even in death, Perry remained true to his values, proving that his final act was just as meaningful as the roles he played. David Bowie. David Bowie, the shape-shifting music legend, remained mysterious even in death. After his passing in 2016, his ashes were scattered in Bali, Indonesia, following Buddhist traditions. His family kept the exact location private, honoring his lifelong desire for secrecy and simplicity. Unlike many stars who have elaborate tombstones, Bowie's final resting place is unknown, leaving fans to celebrate his legacy through his music rather than a physical grave. His burial choice reflects the ethereal, ever-evolving persona he crafted throughout his career, ensuring that even in death, Bowie remains an enigma. Bob Marley, reggae legend. Bob Marley was laid to rest in his birthplace, 9 Mile, Jamaica, a place deeply connected to his spirit and music. His mausoleum, surrounded by lush hills, has become a pilgrimage site for fans who travel from all over the world to pay their respects. Marley's wish was to return to the land that shaped his music and message of unity. Visitors leave flowers, notes, and personal tributes, turning his final resting place into a celebration of his legacy. His burial serves as a powerful reminder that, even in death, His roots and music continue to inspire generations.